This story is created purely for entertainment purposes. It is not meant to hurt anyone's feelings or target any individual or community. It was a quiet afternoon in a small suburban town in the United States. Sunlight filtered softly through the bedroom window, casting a warm golden glow across the desk where Emily sat focused on her textbooks. She had always been serious about her studies, especially with final exams approaching. Her notebook was open, highlighters scattered neatly beside her, and her brow slightly furrowed in concentration. Behind her stood her private tutor, Miss Carter. Miss Carter had been helping Emily with literature and history for the past few months. She was patient, intelligent, and had a calming presence that made studying less stressful. That day, she stood close behind Emily, gently gathering her student's long hair and tying it back into a loose ponytail so it wouldn't fall into her eyes while she read. "There," Miss Carter said softly, "now you can focus better." Emily smiled faintly but kept her eyes on the page. "Thank you, I really need to understand this chapter." Miss Carter leaned slightly closer, pointing at a paragraph in the book. "Look at this section. The author is emphasizing emotional conflict here. Try to think about why the character reacts this way." As she explained, her hand rested lightly on Emily's shoulder. It was meant to be reassuring, a supportive gesture. Emily noticed the touch but didn't let it distract her. She was determined to stay focused on her work. "You're improving a lot," Miss Carter added. "Your analysis is getting stronger." Emily's lips curved into a small smile. "I've been trying." The room felt calm, filled with the quiet sound of turning pages and soft explanations. Every so often, Miss Carter would adjust Emily's posture, lightly guiding her back upright when she leaned too close to the desk. It was subtle, caring, like she genuinely wanted her student to succeed. But as the lesson continued, there was an undeniable shift in the air. Miss Carter's tone softened further, and her compliments became more personal. "You're not just smart," she said gently. "You're very dedicated. That's rare." Emily paused, glancing up at her tutor for the first time in a while. Their eyes met. There was something unspoken there, something more than just academic encouragement. Emily quickly looked back down at her book, trying to refocus. "Can you explain this part again?" she asked, her voice slightly quieter than before. Miss Carter leaned closer, her hand once again resting on Emily's shoulder. "Of course." As she explained the lesson, her fingers lightly traced small circles, almost absent-mindedly. Emily felt the warmth of the touch but kept reminding herself to concentrate. This was supposed to be about studying. Minutes passed. When Emily answered a difficult question correctly, Miss Carter's face lit up with pride. "That's perfect," she said. Without thinking, she brushed a loose strand of hair away from Emily's cheek. The gesture lingered a second longer than necessary. Emily's heart skipped, not out of discomfort, but confusion. She respected her teacher. She admired her, but this closeness felt new. "Miss Carter," Emily started, unsure of what she wanted to say. "Yes." For a moment, neither of them spoke. The quiet stretched between them. I really appreciate your help," Emily finally said. Miss Carter smiled warmly. "And I care about your success, that's all." Her tone was sincere, but there was emotion behind it, an affection that went beyond textbooks and test scores. As the session came to an end, Emily closed her notebook. "I think I finally understand the chapter." "I knew you would," Miss Carter replied. They stood facing each other now instead of sitting at the desk. The golden afternoon light made the moment feel softer, almost cinematic. There was tension, but not the uncomfortable kind, more like two people realizing something at the same time. Miss Carter hesitated before speaking again. "If I ever make you uncomfortable, you can tell me." Emily shook her head quickly. "You don't." Another pause. Then, gently, almost cautiously, Miss Carter reached up and brushed her fingers against Emily's cheek. It was slow, giving her time to step away if she wanted. Emily didn't move. Their eyes locked once more. The air felt heavier, charged with